Today I thought it would be fun to talk about trends, but in a different way that I haven't before. I have talked about trends a lot on my channel over the last couple of years, and I have made a lot of opinions about those trends. Orthopedic looking flats with straps, Skechers, Mary Jane sneaker flats, question mark. These are the ugliest shoes in the entire world. I'm so sorry, I don't like them. Some of them were very strong and some of them were kind of neutral, and I thought it'd be fun to look back on those anti-haul videos or those chats about trends that I was really not feeling and see if I've changed my mind on any of them. Spoiler alert, I have. It's just residual trauma. Because number one, I think it's funny to go on the internet and be like, I'm not feeling this, like with my whole chest, and then going and buying it. That's hilarious. But also number two, to normalize changing your mind, changing your opinion, you know? I think it's so normal to have your style and your style opinions evolve over time. And I just thought this would be fun to sort of see what I have changed my mind on and to publicly out myself as a hypocrite on the internet. It's hard to say things on the internet and then change your mind, but I'm doing it. I'm the brave one. I'm gonna do it. No, but in all seriousness, this will be really fun, and I'm looking forward to looking back at trends that I anti-hauled and seeing if I've changed my mind on them. Also, speaking of trends, I want to say a big thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Nordstrom Rack. I've been shopping at Nordstrom Rack for most of my life. Some of my favorite items in my closet and in my home are from there. And Nordstrom Rack just has the best brands and styles to express yourself with the best deals every day. I'm on the hunt for some summer goodies, and so I'm gonna go in store and bring you along with me and see what we can find. I'm gonna try some stuff on and just see if I can fill in some gaps that are missing in my summer wardrobe, which will be really fun. And you really can find the best deals and the best brands at your local Nordstrom Rack, so that's what I'm doing. You're coming with me. You can also download the app to shop anywhere at any time. You can get the rack on tap. So we're gonna head inside the store. They're just about to open and we're gonna see what we can find for summer, so let's do it.
I am always in need of some cute tees and tanks. Found this butter yellow. Really like these. These are just so perfect for throw and go in the summertime. Look how cute that is. I always love an overall in the summer. A short baggy overall is so classic and perfect. I'm always looking for a cropped jean for the summer, and this pair from Good American is so nice. We're gonna have to try these on. I love a flowy linen pant for summer. I'm definitely gonna try these on. They come in a sage green too, as well as a white. Look how pretty the print of this brown and blue dress is. This halter, wow. I just hit the dress jackpot over here. We have this white one with bows. There's also a baby pink one with bows. Look at this little blue gingham. And then underneath that, the yellow polka dots with the butter yellow. All right, now let's head to the shoes and see what they've got going on there. Something for summer. All right, I found these butter yellow, kind of like slightly jelly style, low platform sandals. Those are really nice. I also really love these clear jellies. They're like a Mary Jane and they're so cute. All right, I tried on a bunch of things in the fitting room, but here were some of the highlights. I loved this blue gingham dress. There were pockets. It was so cute. I loved the dress that was the baby pink that had the bows on it. Look how precious that is. I picked that up immediately. I paired the butter yellow tank top with the pinstripe linen pants, and I thought they were such a cute combo. I picked up the tank top immediately. Then moving on to the cropped jeans, I paired this red flowy top with it, kind of bohemian style. I thought those were both cute. I didn't end up picking them up, but I love the way they looked and the way the jeans fit. You can't go wrong with a classic t-shirt and overalls. I picked up the t-shirt immediately. The blue floral is so precious and adorable. I really loved this red dress. I think it would be so cute for a summer date night. And then finally, this longer brown and blue maxi midi dress was so pretty, and I made my selections and headed back to the car. All right, got the goods. I am so excited about my new summer pieces. So make sure you check out my links down in the description box below to shop the products that I chose. Thank you so much again to Nordstrom Rack for sponsoring this video, and let's jump into the trends. Alright, I had to start off with this trend because it's one of the first ones that I remember kind of having strong opinions about in the beginning, and I have completely changed my mind on it, and that is butter yellow. I love butter yellow now. I think it is such a cute color. As I am filming this completely unintentionally, I have a butter yellow cup next to me that I'm drinking my water out of. It's a lifestyle. If I remember correctly, my issues with butter yellow were more so like the tonal conflicts that I had, because I have fair skin, I have light hair. Sometimes when you throw a similar shade in there, it doesn't look that great, but I do think
Paired correctly with the right stuff, it looks absolutely stunning on blondes. It's such a fun color for spring and summer. I've also worn it throughout the winter as well. I have a pretty butter yellow-ish sweater behind me too. Like, I just love it as a color. I think I was leaning a bit too heavily into rules that I had thought were a thing throughout my life and less into what I actually liked. And also, who cares if it doesn't look good? As long as you want to wear it and it makes you feel happy and confident, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, I definitely did a complete 180 on butter yellow, and I will be the first to admit it. The next thing I specifically remember saying was low-rise anything. I talked about hating low-rise stuff, and I do still have a hatred for the Y2K era low-rise. There is quite a difference between early 2000s low-rise that I grew up with in high school and current low-rise, which is kind of more like a mid-rise. I'm fine with the current low-rise / mid-rise. I think that's absolutely fine, and actually, dare I say, in some cases, I think it looks better on most people. Like, I think their proportions are nicer. I completely still love high-waisted stuff and prefer it, but I have slowly started adding a couple more mid-rise things into my wardrobe. And mid-rise to me is like at the belly button or just below, but never like down to the pubic bone, obviously. I actually recently looked back on some photos where I was wearing high-waisted jeans that came basically up to here, and they looked really bad. Like, it wasn't great proportions for my body. And I was thinking it would just look so much better if I lowered the rise a tiny bit and then wore like a little bit of a longer top. So it's still kind of the same amount of like midsection showing, but just a different part. So I don't love showing my belly button anyways. I've never really been that confident. And then I had laparoscopic surgery last summer and my belly button's never been the same. So it's like, I do have a little bit of understanding for why people are like, I don't want to show my belly button. I'm right there with you. But give it a try. Like, I do feel like it just makes the proportions look a lot nicer. And for me, sometimes I just like the way it lays on my body a lot better. Like, sometimes when I have the pants that come up to here, I feel like it's not doing me many favors, but then you kind of like cut that in half a little bit and it just, yeah, it looks a little bit more even and nice in my opinion. So I have definitely changed my opinion on low rise, but not on the early Y2K low rise. That can stay dead for me. The next trend is, again, sort of a modification of the trend. I would say that bloomer shorts have worked their magic on me a little bit. I still don't love the idea of the super, super short bloomers where it's like almost like a diaper cover or something like that. Like, that's still not my favorite. I think it looks cute on other people, but for me personally, I like a little bit more of a longer bloomer short. I actually purchased a pair from American Eagle. They went out of stock really quickly and then never restocked them again, and I get questions about them every single time I wear them. I love them so much. They're so comfortable. Those are a bloomer short that I can get down with. So I have since purchased bloomer shorts. I love them. It's grown on me a little bit. I still think it's very cute. Honestly, if I could get away with it without thigh chafing, I'd probably wear it. But I have found myself looking, especially at the thrift store, for like a bloomer-esque type of short and haven't quite found like the perfect length yet. But I have a feeling my time is coming, so we'll see. But I really actually like them if they're the right length. The next thing I have changed my mind on is Mary Jane sneaker flats. I used to be like, no, I'm never gonna wear them. I don't like them.
Am I convincing myself to buy these?
No. I have found that when I'm looking in my closet with certain things like capris or white maxi skirts or something like that, I'm like, wait, some of these little sneaker ballet flat things would look very cute with this outfit. I think I'm always afraid that I'm not gonna get enough wear out of something, and I'm always kind of in this vicious cycle because sometimes when you buy super hyper trendy items, you wear them for a short period of time and then you never wear them again. But then other times I feel like I miss out because I would probably like to have it, but like I refrain from buying it because I don't want to go through, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a balance. So I still don't love the like kind of orthopedic looking ones. Those are definitely not my vibe, but like an Adidas Mary Jane, oh, so cute. Like, I literally love those. And if I had bought them a year ago when I was thinking about them, I'd probably still be wearing them. But I do understand the reasons why I didn't want to get them, but just for funsies, I might, you know? I'm gonna be honest, I might. We'll see. The next thing that I have really changed my mind on is the barrel leg trend. At first I was like, no, I don't like this. I tried on a pair of barrel leg jeans. They did not look cute on me. I just wasn't a fan of the silhouette. It felt like toddler pants to me, which like, It still kind of does, but in a different way. But I have since been converted and I love them. I actually think it's such a cute silhouette as long as the length is right. And I have since bought sweatpants that are barrel leg. I've bought jeans that are barrel leg. I love the idea of a barrel leg overall. So, you know, call me a hypocrite or a traitor or whatever, but I get it now. I think I get it a little bit more. I still don't love the like super duper crazy baggy barrel leg parachute kind of thing, but if you watched my recent favorites video, I talked about the Gap ultra high rise or ultra soft high rise horseshoe jeans. Oh my God, they're the cutest jeans ever. I literally just bought them in a second shade, like a mid-wash denim shade, and I just really love the silhouette of them. So I have absolutely changed my mind, not on like the hardcore barrel whoop, and then cropped, you know, don't love that, but I love like a longer inseam, kind of more horseshoe. Is there a difference between the two? I don't know, but I really like the ones that I got. So I can confidently say that I've definitely changed my opinion on that. Next up is mismatched prints. I remember specifically talking about how I probably wouldn't mix different prints and patterns together, and I kind of disagree with that now. I don't really do it as often, but for example, I would totally wear like a print that I consider to be more of a neutral print with another print. Does that make sense? So like I've recently gotten into the camo look and vibe. I have a pair of camo long shorts that I would absolutely wear with like a polka dot top or a little striped tank top or something like that. You know, I think that that would be a really cute look. So those are obviously two very mismatched patterns, but I wouldn't just do like a plaid and like a zigzag or something like that. You know, nothing too busy, but I have like changed my opinion a little bit on that. I have very strict rules in my head sometimes of what I consider to be acceptable for fashion, which is so funny because I always talk about wearing whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. So I am breaking through some of those things, and mixing and matching patterns is definitely one of them. And I kind of love it now. Like I think it adds so much interest to an outfit, and it just makes it funkier and more fun, and it allows you to wear your clothes together more often, you know? So I'm a fan. Next up, we have mesh ballet flats. I know for a fact I talked about that somewhere, being like, I'm not gonna buy mesh ballet flats. Well, I did. That's pretty much it. You can end it there. No, actually I was thrifting maybe like a month or two ago, and I saw a pair of new with tags mesh ballet flats. They were like $6 and I bought them, and they're so cute. They add so much fun to an outfit that is different than a typical ballet flat. They're also way nicer because they're breathable, they're comfy, your feet don't sweat in them. Like I get it. You see a little foot, but it's not a full-blown flip-flop or sandal, you know? I unfortunately am drinking the Kool-Aid, and I understand it. I also think things like a ballet flat are so classic that it's not really gonna go out of style. And also, I'm not focused on being timeless at all. I don't think I ever have been, but I think I've just loosened up slightly over time because yeah, trends are always gonna change, and you're gonna look at something and say, wow, that was very 2026. You can say that about almost any year in fashion. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I'm just not gonna be like a white shirt and trousers girly. That's just not my journey in life, and there's nothing wrong with either one. But I'm just slowly starting to accept that, like, yeah, sometimes things are gonna look trendy, and it is what it is, you know? So sue me. Something I've slightly changed my mind on, I feel like I've said that for every single thing, but I've slightly changed my mind on the boho blouses trend. These have been around forever and ever. Like they've come and gone in various iterations throughout time, but I remember when I specifically talked about this, it was right in the height of like the Dayton and Gap collab. It was very bohemian, very, you know, I don't know, it reminded me of like kind of a 70s vibe, and I'm still not super into that, but I have changed my mind on the trend itself. I've also really gotten into a sort of boho blousey tank top look. If you guys watched my Free People Fitting Room video, then you saw that I got like a really nice flowy lacy tank top, and I would consider that to be like very boho in my opinion. So I do think that I've changed my mind, but maybe just not in like the full sort of long sleeve blouse kind of way, although that would be cute if I found the right one. TBD if I go, you know, full pedal to the metal, full send with the blouse trend, but I'm dipping my toe in and I'm liking it so far. Next up, we have wide leg leopard jeans. Now, if you're hearing me say that, you're like, wait, but you've worn your wide leg leopard jeans in videos, to Disneyland, on Instagram, etc. for the last like 2 years. And to that I say, yeah, I changed my mind. But if you've been here, you might remember that in a video I talked about how, you know, they were just a trend that was gonna come and go, and I didn't think I was gonna participate because I want to get something that I can get a lot of wear out of. And I will say there was a time where people were wearing them a lot more, and that time has kind of gone, but I'm still loving mine now more than ever. Like, I just think that leopard jeans are so cute, and I went with a Gap pair that I love so much. They're so comfortable, and I can still style them in so many fun different ways. And to me, leopard is a neutral, and animal prints are always gonna come in and out of style. Like, that's just how it goes. I'm sure zebra will have its renaissance at some point. I'm sure giraffe will have its renaissance at some point. I'm waiting for like the purple and pink leopard vibe to come back around. It will. It will. So yeah, I'm hanging on to them. I've had them for going on 2 years now, and I still love them. They're still in my closet. I will still wear them as long as they fit. That was probably one of the first ones that I changed my mind on right away, because I've had them for, yeah, well over 2 years now, which is hilarious.
I do feel, again, like it's gonna be one of those things that cycles through really quickly. It's gonna be like everyone is wearing them this summer, especially this fall, and then probably like never again.
But I just think they're so fun and cute, and like paired with pinks and reds and yellows. Oh, I just love it. I love my leopard jeans, what can I say? Next up we have bubble dresses and skirts, and I never disliked this because I lived through it the first time and I wore it, let me tell you. But I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about wearing it again this time around at this point in my life, I'm pretty sure is what I said. And I think I've found a happy medium. I don't have currently anything that is a bubble hem, but I still like it and I'm intrigued by it. I'm looking at the thrift store. I feel like if I found a happy medium where it's not too bubbly, it's just kind of a slight little tuck, I would really love it. I thrifted a bubble dress that was so cute and very like 2008, 2010 that I did end up just selling on my Depop because I was like, someone else should enjoy it. It's just gonna collect dust in my closet. So yeah, I'm warming up to it. I'm feeling it out. I'm on the hunt a little bit. So I've definitely like changed my mind, but not fully. I don't have a ton of it in my wardrobe yet, but just up here, the opinion has changed. Next up is one that again, I specifically remember talking about and being like, it's just a micro trend, it's never gonna last, and that is Salomon sneakers. And let me tell you, I like them.
Could you imagine me in a pair of Salomons? Like, it's not my vibe.
I've been pinning them on Pinterest and I just am finding so many outfits that would look so cute with them, and I've resisted up until this point, but I do fear that I might cave because they're utility as well as cuteness. I know that they are traditionally an outdoorsy sneaker. They're not really, I don't think, designed for like the high fashion of it all, but they've kind of become that, and I sort of love it. I think they look cute with like a white tiered maxi skirt and a nice cute sweater. I think they look cute with an athletic short and a cute tank top. I think they look cute with a lot of different things, so I'm like, I'm tempted. They're extremely expensive, so it would definitely be something that I need to keep thinking about, but I may end up finding some and falling in love with them, we'll see. I just think they're kind of cute. It's one of those things where I've talked about it a few times in my content recently, that something is ugly which makes it cute to me. I don't know what the reverse psychology of that is.
It's just residual trauma.
But finding something that is debatably ugly is really fun and cute, and it makes me feel hot and it makes me feel powerful, and I don't know what it is, but I would put the Salomons in that category, so we'll see what ends up happening, but I do really like them, I gotta admit. Next up is something I'm pretty sure I remember talking about, and that is neckties. I do think that they're really cute. I think the way that they were being tied was sort of like in a scarf way, and I've since done that. So, you know, it's like, whatever. I think that ties specifically on women are such like a fun, awesome, sexy accessory. I just love it, and I have since thrifted quite a few ties and I've really enjoyed wearing them in different ways. I remember wearing a tie with like a denim button-up shirt that was so much fun. I wore a striped tie as a scarf for like a little photo shoot that my friend Alexa and I did back in the fall. Like I really like it. It's definitely growing on me. I even think like a renaissance of the Avril Lavigne white tank top with the tie thing would be so hot and cool and fun. I think I've always liked it, but there was a specific way that people were wearing it, especially like tied in a bow around the neck. Still not gonna do that, but just the neckties in general, I'm really feeling. Next, for another accessory, we have statement earrings. Now, I was talking about these big, chunky statement earrings, and I don't think I'm gonna be buying them, but I really like them a lot more now. I think I've been seeing a lot of slickbacks with big statement earrings and really falling in love with that look. So maybe if I found the right pair at the thrift store or the store or whatever, I would go for it, but I really like it. I was not as into the starfish look. I do remember talking about that, which like I still kind of stand behind, but also for like a vacation look or something. So cute, are you kidding? I think a lot of the times what I've shied away from with trends is maybe just not being able to envision it being implemented into my personal style, but I think that there are always ways to do that, and if you can find like an affordable or secondhand option to play around with, I think that's definitely the way to go. And sometimes I create these like rules where I'm like, no, you can't do it, and I want to play around with it a bit. So I may be on the hunt. We'll see what I end up finding. I may end up just never wearing them and just continuing to like them in my head, but I do think that I may play around with them. We'll see. And the very last trend is another shoe that I do remember semi-recently saying that I probably wouldn't be buying or wearing, that I think I might, I don't know, we'll see. And that is the lace-up ballet flat. I do think that it's different than a mesh ballet flat and different than the Mary Jane ballet flat. And ballet flats, like I said, are so classic, so finding different ways to change it up is really fun. And how many different shoes really are there? We get sandals, we get ballet flats, we get heels, we get boots, and we get sneakers. And we have to play around with those, you know what I mean? And I think that these lace ballet flats have just grown on me. At first I was like, they're kind of fugly, and now I'm like, no, I think I love them. So depends, I may end up just never getting them because I don't know how much of like an everyday wear thing they would be for me, but I think they would look cute with so many things, specifically pants and long skirts. I'm liking it. I don't know, I'm coming around. I will not be purchasing the $200 pairs that, you know, are from different retailers for sure, but I will maybe purchase a dupe or find some at the thrift store. We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, those are all of my trends. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Let me know if there are any trends and things that you have changed your mind on. I would be very curious to know, and I think it's so normal and natural to change your opinions, especially on things like as frivolous as fashion. But I would love to know your thoughts in a comment below. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much again to Nordstrom Rack for sponsoring this video. Make sure you click my link down in the description box below to shop my picks. I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!